are you tonight? I'm just drawing and thinking about God and just wanted to heal from some things, and I thought that maybe we could do it together. So just set it this up. This is my first live, so be gentle with me. I'm just learning. But I do hope that whatever you're going through, that things will get better. If there's something that you have to heal from, I mean, I know there's something that we're all healing from. Hi, you guys. Thank you for coming. This is my first live, so please be gentle with me, guys. I just wanted to get on here and love on everyone. I noticed there's so many of us that are going through something, and we all need something to heal from, right? So I just hope to love through with my art and to encourage with words. I got a couple of books and wanted to encourage through words. If you guys want to stay, that's beautiful. Ooh, I got 3 viewers. Hi, you guys. I love Kirby too. Hi. How you guys doing today? Kermit is pretty awesome. Aw. Oh, I like your Ninja Turtles. I love the Ninja Turtles. Always and forever. How you guys doing today? Hi. How are you? I'm just on here wanting to love on and heal with others, so maybe I will do reading. Uh-oh. Actually, got that one last one to color. Thanks for coming in, whether it's for a couple of seconds or a few minutes. Thanks for coming in. Thank you. This is my first live, so I just wanted to get on and try it. Oops. Try something different. I just want to encourage and love on you guys. I noticed that there's so many people, so many of us that are like going through something, and I just wanted to be an extra positive force and love. I have a book here. I don't know if you guys want to stay and listen, or I would do more art, but I think that's probably making people want to be like, not stay. But I wanted to spread some positivity and some love. I really love helping others heal. Be positive. Be happy. Refuse to be unhappy. Be cheerful instead. Refuse to let your troubles multiply. Just take them one by one. Refuse to complain about things. Learn to improve your surroundings and create your world the way you believe it should be. Refuse to dwell on the mistakes or disappointments that are sometimes a part of our life. Instead, learn how you can make things better. Be optimistic. That's not always easy, so let me try something new. Start on my birthday. Let me see. Goodness. Let me see. Got this cool book for my mom. I'm gonna start on my birthday. Goodness. I would have despaired unless I had believed that I would see the goodness of the Lord in the land of the living. Psalm 27, verse 13. I have such a great hope in what awaits for me after this short life, God, and yet it doesn't feel like enough to only hope for what feels so incredibly intangible. I need to know goodness in this life. Father, you are in the business of restoration. You deal in mending the wounded, binding up the brokenhearted, and bringing life out of the dead things. You never give up or throw your hands up declaring something out of your reach. When it feels like the end to me, I can rest in your promises that it is not. You always have a better plan. Plot twists may come, but your faithfulness never wavers. And when disappointment is in my heart, there's also an invitation for your powerful presence. My perspective. Good Father, I admit that I have felt the desperation of hard circumstances in my life. I have to believe that I will see your goodness again. Give me eyes to see that you are moving and tenacity to hold on to hope when it is difficult to decipher what you are doing. Father, there are many situations that are completely out of control. I cannot dictate the outcomes, and it sometimes seems that whatever I try to do to help other only intensifies the issues. Tell me what to do, God. I don't need to be in control to be at peace. You are my helper in every single circumstance. You cannot be confused or confounded. My troubles are not too complex for you to handle. In your perfect wisdom, you always know exactly what to do. I just need to trust you to do what I can. I relent my need to fix and ask you to help and be my help. You are more than capable in this and every situation. Lord, you are my willing help in every hour of need. You never withdraw your presence, leaving me to figure things out on my own. I surrender my need to control and let you take the reins. You are always faithful. My confidence lies in you. Failure is not a sin, but an eventuality of humanity, God. It's okay to try and not succeed. It is not a character flaw to be imperfect. And when I do make mistakes that affect both myself and others in hurtful ways, there is so much grace. Not just enough grace, but plentiful mercy that overflows. When I humbly approach you, there is unfailing love that meets me every time. You don't sometimes encounter me with kindness and other times with harsh discipline. Even your correction is drenched in compassion. Let me not lose heart in approaching you at every opportunity. Your tender heart is full of power to heal, refine, and liberate. God, I come to you with a humble heart, longing for your tender mercy to meet me again. I cannot test the limits of your compassion. There are no boundaries to your love. I offer myself as your own again. Fill me with the power of your presence that sets me free. When I am overcome by sadness, Comforter, you are so close. There is no escaping pain in this life. It finds everyone in time. Broken promises, the loss of loved ones, and dashed hopes are all situations that I faced. Even so, you are not surprised and you are not distant. Jesus, you are acquainted with suffering and familiar with pain. You did not require your followers to deny the reality of their circumstances. Rather, you offered them hope and healing, joy and restoration, and the incredible satisfaction of right relationship with the Father. Whatever sorrows I am facing now will pale in comparison to the joy that is coming. Lord, I cannot deny the sadness of my heart and heartbreak and despair. In your goodness, touch me with the liquid love of your presence. Comfort me and revive my weary heart. There is no one who can do it like you, but I know that you always can. Give me perspective to see that this suffering is temporary, but your joy is eternal. Thank you for listening to me. I see. I pray that whatever it is that you're going through, whatever it is that may be hurting your heart, whatever it is that you may be healing, I pray that God comes within your heart and then He brings a great sleeping. He takes away all the sorrowful things and He replaces it all with joy, and He brings great people into your life that will love on you in this situation, in this time, during this heartbreak, give you the love that you always give to others. And may you feel the blessings that He gives to you every single day. Remember all the beautiful things that you're grateful for, even if it's a small thing. And think of all the accomplishments that you've had, even if it's just getting out of bed, because sometimes it's so difficult to even do that. And know that you're not alone, and there are people that care for you. I know that I don't know you, but I love you, which is why I'm here right now. And I pray that my loving on you guys in your heart, or heartache, in your hardships, in difficult situations, I pray that it can help you to also continue to build and love on yourself more. Sometimes a little dose of positivity, extra positivity than what we already have, can help us in our healing. And I've been through so much sorrow myself. I've experienced lots of loss, lots of death, and I'm healing more and more every day. And as I continue to age and experience life more and more, I find deeper gratitudes in the things that I do, in the people that I meet, and in life itself. There were times where I didn't think I would open my eyes the next day because I promised myself I wouldn't let myself, if you know what I mean. But I'm so thankful that I continue to press forward and that God shined through those hardships. Because if I didn't let God be who He was, I wouldn't be here today. And so it's so important to me to love on people in their heartache and in their sorrows, that they may be able to overcome. Because sometimes you just need one person that can listen, one person that can feel that same, they can say that I understand where you're coming from. And it empowers you and lets you feel like I can overcome it too. There are times where we don't want to hear other people say, I know how you feel. You don't know how I feel. No one knows how we feel, right? We have unique and individual sorrows that we've only gone through on our own. But I thank God that we can reach out to others and say, hey, you know what? I'm loving on you and I can understand where you're coming from. And I know it's difficult right now. I can't say I know exactly how you feel, but my heart is with you. My prayers are with you. My thoughts are with you. And sometimes that's all we need. Sometimes we just need someone to listen to us too, right? So I really pray that I can be that for others in their times of need. Because I know how it is to feel alone and to feel that no one is listening. I'm actually going to school for psychology right now, taking off this past semester because I experienced so much loss last year from loved ones. It was bad. I needed a break, and I'm so thankful that I did because it's been another crazy year. But I'm still so thankful, and the challenges have definitely made my roots stronger. My roots stronger with God, my roots stronger with others, with loving myself. And I pray that whatever it is that you're going through, that you continue to strengthen. I'm so thankful I can put God and psychology together in doing something like this, being able to reach out and love on people and understand where they're coming from. But my heart for God is stronger than all things over psychology. So I don't know if I'll finish. Hey, Larry. Amen. Thank you. Thank you for listening to me. I hope you're having a good night. How are you feeling tonight? I just happened to see your message too. I guess moving into my book more. Let me see. Oh, here's a good one. It says, Father, you do not shy away from the reality of my life or neglect the weariness that can erode my hope. You are not afraid of my big emotions, and you don't require me to get it all together before I come to you. You are the source where I will find the refreshing I am so desperate for. Sometimes I am so tired, and sadness is a constant companion. God, you do not promise a pain-free existence, but you vow to comfort me and empower me where my strength is depleted. I invite your presence to cover me with your love. You will not fail to meet me with the power of your nearness. Your love is better than anything else I can taste or experience in this world. May your compassion be my comfort and my deepest delight. Merciful God, meet me in my weakness and empower me with your spirit. You refresh me when I am completely depleted. Do it again, God. Some days, God, I have confident expectation of your faithful witness in my life. In other days, I struggle to believe that I will see your goodness at all. I am so thankful that your faithfulness is not dependent on my faith. You are constant and unchanging no matter what is or isn't my present reality. I want my heart to take courage in your loyalty to your word. You have not failed your children and you won't fail me. Though troubles and trials come, your promise is not thrown off track. You are the fulfiller of dreams. I submit my heart to you again. When I am full of hope and when I am desperately hanging on to a thread of it, you will prove true to me. Your tender mercy is mine in every moment. Good God, even when I struggle to hope, you remain constant. What a relief that I can't talk you out of your faithfulness. I give you access to my heart again and ask that you would breathe peace, hope, and love into my being. As I wait on you, I will find strength. You meet me in the middle of every moment. Thank you, God, for meeting us in the middle of every moment. Thank you for loving us in our situations. Thank you for loving us out of bed when we can't find ourselves out of it. Thank you for being our constant hope. I've known people that have continued to keep their hope strong in God, and even when the doctors said they gave them a few more months to live with cancer, their faith was so strong. Somehow they went back to the doctor, and the doctors found nothing. And one of them being my little cousin, he was 7 years old. They literally gave him Make-A-Wish Foundation and 3 more months to live. He actually just had a birthday, and he just turned 33 years old a couple of months ago. God is so good. I remember praying and being afraid. I was only like 11 or 12 when it happened. But I just keep thinking back like, wow, all those years, and they just knew. We just knew that he may not make it, but he's still here. And God is so good. But another thing, I had another loved one that had cancer, and she passed away instead of 2 years, 4 years after the doctor said she would. And that was a beautiful thing to be able to experience her in my life still, and in the lives of others, that we could still love on her and she could still love on us. And we got those extra years. We were stolen for us. And even though I know her hope in God was still strong, that's something that we think about like, dang, God, how did this happen? But this one couldn't. But at the same time, I've developed something stronger where it's like, I don't even ask why anymore. I'm tired of asking why now. I just thank God that I'm still here. My loved ones are still here, that we got a chance to experience each other for the times that we had. And even if you ask why, don't feel bad about it, because he already knows how we feel anyways, right? No need to lie about how we feel, because we would just be lying to ourselves. But I thank God for giving us peace in the storm, and all the difficulties that we thought we couldn't overcome. We're standing here today because somehow we still overcame it, right? That's the beautiful thing of God. It's like, we don't know. We don't see things coming. We don't understand how things are going to be fulfilled, and how things look at this very moment is not the finished piece. It's like an undone painting, a painting that's been started and waiting for completion. It's like, what's going on? We don't know where it's going to go. And the artist could take it anywhere from this point, right? You think it looks decent, or you may like, oh, it's not that good right now. I don't know. I'm not feeling it. And then you look back when it's done, it looks like a totally different situation going on. That's so beautiful, and that's what reminds me of God. We don't know how he's going to do it, when he's going to do it, where, who he's going to use to do it. But I pray that whatever it is that you're going through, whatever it is that you need healing from or something to be overcome, that he makes a masterpiece out of the situation right now, and that he pulls you out of whatever fire that you may feel that you're in, and that he loves on you endlessly and surrounds you with all those that will truly love you too. No fake love, all authentic. I pray that people give you the flowers that you deserve at this very moment, and I pray that you continue to give them their flowers as they're alive with you too. That forgiveness comes from your heart, and it goes into theirs, and that you forgive them and they forgive you. Life is so short, and at the end, when a loved one passes on, we're like, dang. Sometimes we're like, I wish I would have just said this, or I wish I could have did that. Just enjoying them. The times that you got a chance to. Wishing that you may not have let something, hurt your heart and stop you from enjoying that person. But don't focus on that. Don't focus on that. Focus on the fact that you got a chance to spend time with them and you love them. And although they're gone, I trust that they knew that you loved them. And that even if there was some separation before they passed, they felt that love and that love meant something to them as well. Oh, thank you for the thumbs up. Sending love to all you. Well, to everyone that gets a chance to see this. I appreciate you being here. It means so much to me. This is my first live and I'm excited. I didn't know where I was going with it. I didn't think I would talk so much, to be honest. I really didn't want to. But now that I'm doing it, I'm happy and I hope that it can help. And it's funny because someone's been here for a while and I've been praying to God before I got on. I said, if I could touch one person's heart, if I could help one person's heart, it was all worth it. So thank you so much. I have another one that says, when nothing seems to be going right and I am overwhelmed by all that needs to be done, it can be hard not to spiral and worry, Father. But you are my sure help in every season. When I rely on my own limited strategies to get me through, it will only take me so far. Your wisdom is better, and it is the perfect solution to every problem that I encounter. In my weakness, God, you meet me with the power of your presence and strengthen me. Your spirit wraps around me with the warmth of your love and embraces me. I find my hope in this place. You are the sweetest treasure in this life. Your goodness is ever increasing. I have not seen the end. Oh, you're so welcome, Larry. Thank you for being here, and I'm so happy I could help at all. Thank you for listening, and I pray that whatever it is that you needed, that you really truly got everything as much as you needed today. Maybe I could do this again, and I hope to see you out here again too. I'm sending love your way and prayers for healing. Thank you so much. In my weakness, God, you meet me with the power of your presence and strengthen me. Your spirit wraps around me with the warmth of your love that embraces me. I find my hope in this place. You are the sweetest treasure in this life. Your goodness is ever increasing. I have not seen the end of it. Help me to trust you with all my heart, Lord. Fill my heart with hope as I look to you. You surround me with your presence, and my heart comes alive. I want to know you more today and every day. Encourage my soul in the way that only you can. God, in the restlessness of endless thoughts that won't quit, worry sometimes leads me to sleepless nights. When I cannot calm my mind, I have access to you, the giver of all peace. Your presence is pure love, and you comfort me in the middle of my mess. Whether in the dark of the night or the bright day of light, you are always available. When I am struggling to find peace, I want to look into your word to find hope in your faithful character. You have never failed, and you won't start now. I cry out for help, and I listen for your reply. You will answer me because you are not silent. When it is hard to hear, I look for the mercy and kindness I may have been resisting. It is clearly laid out in your word. Help me to seek and find it. God, you are my hope. I rely solely on you for the help that I need. Come into the craziness of my circumstances and calm every fear with the faithful way that you work. I trust that you have not left me alone. Thank you so much for the like. Thank you for being here. You are with me in the joys and the sorrows. Turn around what looks impossible and mark my life with your goodness. Father, I have not reached the end of my hope. As long as I draw breath into my lungs, my story is not finished. When I get caught up in the shame of my past and can't see a way to move forward, I may struggle to believe that your redemptive power can make my future better. But that is simply not the truth. Is my focus in life to be amazing at my job, or to be present with my family, or to get a degree? God, I know these are all great pursuits, but they are limited in their scope. With you as my main goal, knowing that your kingdom will come and your will be done on earth as it is in heaven. My hopes will be fulfilled. Jesus, you are the one that I am running after in this life. Even as I run, I realize that through your presence in this spirit, you are with me. I look to you for everything that I need. I'm desperate for you to turn around what I have made a mess of. Come do what only you can do. Isn't that beautiful that even when we create a mess of our lives, we make some big mistakes every now and again, like there was even times where I was making like a row of mistakes, like constantly. I was like, I don't know, man, when am I gonna get this right? But even in our mistakes, God still loves us. He loves us perfectly, and it's beautiful how he loves us as we're babies, and he loves us when we make mistakes, and he loves us when we're going through craziness, like when we're acting hateful, we're not being our best, we're judgmental, whatever it is that we're doing, whatever we're going through, whenever we fall short, he still loves us the same. That's so beautiful to me. I'll never be able to get over that. There was once a time where I was in witchcraft. I lost a lot of people that I loved, and I felt that maybe if I do what I want to do, I can do great things, because I felt God wasn't moving fast enough, y'all. I really did. And I was like, I went through a lot with that situation. But I literally felt God call out to me. And it was like I immediately was fasting. I woke up one day and I was fasting. And I told my son's father, I was like, I can't do this anymore. I just can't do this anymore. I want to be a better person. And I let go of the witchcraft. I was so thankful for that. I became a better person because of God turning me around. I even had some crazy dreams. I was upset with myself for what I did. But now this is years ago. And I honestly have to say I'm thankful for that fall, because I wouldn't love God as much as I do in the ways that I do. We all have something that we have allowed ourselves to go into, some things that people will never be able to see, things that people will never know. But sometimes I think it's important to let people know. I've seen the dark side of things, thinking that I was a good person, a good quote unquote witch at the time. But I felt I didn't do anything wrong, because it wasn't in my heart to, but just the fact that I was allowing myself to be in that situation. But if I didn't, I wouldn't love as deep as I am with God now. I wouldn't love his people now. I wouldn't be used with him as I am now. And I promised him, as he healed me out of all of that, that I would dedicate my life to him for the rest of my life. And it's been like 11 and a half years, and I don't regret any of it, loving him as deeply as I have. And I want to continue to encourage people that have fallen into new age to come out, because God is deeper, he's realer, he's truer. And it's so beautiful when we allow ourselves to surrender to him in his mercy and his goodness. We don't need to know what a tarot card can ever hold. We don't need to know what tomorrow is going to bring. We just need to rely on God and his goodness, and to know that if he's brought us through yesterdays, he can bring us through tomorrows. Because he's always brought us through, and he'll continue to bring us through. And it took me a long time. And sometimes I'm still forgiving myself about it. The more I talk about it, the more I start to feel a little better about healing. I still can be kind of brutal on myself about it, but then I'm like, you know what? I was much younger and I did it from a place of hurt. And I now know what I did was truly not a good thing. And I just thank God for loving me enough and my keeping my hope in Him enough to bring me out of that darkness. He was truly the light at the end of the tunnel. He was truly like that firefly that lights up the night. He lit up my night. He lit up the darkness. He knew that there was a little girl who was broken and held that brokenness inside, thinking that she could do things on her own, create what things to be the way she wanted to. And now here I am and I stand. I'm so thankful and I fully rely on God. And sometimes it's hard. Oh my goodness, it could be so hard. It's something I was writing with my friends about, like relying on God's goodness, relying on God, surrendering Him, and not just giving our pieces of ourselves. You know, like I think about my loved ones, my children. I'm like, God, it's hard to surrender my kids to you fully because sometimes you allow bad things to happen, and that's just real. It's hard for me to walk according to His will sometimes because I'm afraid of the things that could happen in the process. But I'm up for the challenge and I'm going for the gut. So I'm just going to go for it all. Because, you know, I think about, although there were difficult times in the past and times that really did hurt, He came through like every single time. He loved me through every single time. He loved me so deeply, more than I loved myself. And Him forgiving me helped me forgive myself. And I wish that we wouldn't be so brutal and judgmental because a lot of us have gone through some really deep things, some really difficult things, and we made some bad choices because of those difficult things that we felt. But I just thank God that He's so forgiving and He wipes our slates clean. I feel so clean now, almost 12 years later. And whatever it is that you did in the past, I pray that you forgive yourself for it. I pray that you allow God to continue to heal your heart. Sometimes we're so much more difficult on ourselves than anybody else in this world, right? Well, I pray that you give yourself more grace with the things that you've been brutal about with yourself. I'm learning how to have more grace on myself too. I actually was crying and praying that God would forgive me for those things that I did with New Age, which honestly, it wasn't a lot, but it was a lot when it comes to God. The fact that I allowed myself to be dedicated to something that wasn't Him is a lot in itself. And I openly speak about it because, you know, I fell, but I didn't fall for long because God wouldn't let me, and I thank Him for that. So I pray that you continue to have grace on yourself and grace on others because we don't know their stories. I'm 39 years old, but I've been to at least 20 something funerals in my lifetime. And that's a part of the reason why I got into what I got into. And even though it doesn't make any sense to some other people, at the time it did for me make sense. But now I say, you know what? That was a broken girl that needed all the love that she could have. And she didn't allow God to take hold of the reign in her life. And when I let God take the reins of my life, I experienced love like never before. Love that nobody ever loved me like ever loved me with, you know? And there were times where I was like, I want to know what's going to happen with this. And now I'm like, God, I give you all the glory. I love you so much and I trust you. I trust that you're going to come through as you came through for Sarah and, you know, Moses, everyone in the past, and even in the beginning of my life, Lord, you came through for me. You come through for me every step of the way, every single day. And it's so beautiful. Like, it's almost summer now completely, and you look at the flowers and how God comes through for them, how beautiful they are, and how each petal is different from the next to it. It's just so beautiful that his love has been so strong to even let a flower grow in the beauty that it has grown into. And if he can do that with the flower, he can do that with us. And it comes from dirt, it comes out of the dirt. And I see that the things that I've done that are bad, they've become great things for me in my life. So although sometimes I'll cry about those mistakes that I've made, I'm so grateful for those challenges because I wouldn't be who I am today. So continue to love on you, to continue to give yourself grace and ask God for forgiving yourself and others. And just know that you are not alone. In my weakness, it is wise to lean on the support you provide, God. It is not failure to be helped. It is the reinforcement that causes me to be strengthened. When I think through those who have exhibited great faith, it isn't that they did great things on their own. That has never been the plot. Abraham, Moses, Daniel, and Mary are a few examples of those who lived with perseverance. They also lived out incredible supernatural experiences, none of which were based on their own abilities. The things I am facing now that seem impossible paled in comparison to their trials. I am not being thrown into a lion's den, or leaving for an unknown destination, or leading a nation of people into a desert. Thank you, God, that my fear can be turned to faith when I lean on your undeniable, inexhaustible strength. Almighty God, I so often lose sight of your incredible faithfulness to those who call on you. I am yours. I believe that even if I can't see how you will turn my circumstances around, you are with me every step of the way. The flowers of the field do not work, and yet they bloom in beauty, Father. The birds of the air are not responsible to produce their own food, and still you provide everything they need. How much more will you provide everything I need today? Help me to let go of the unknowns that produce worry over my life. I release them to you today. This is a fresh opportunity to embrace what is in front of me. What can I do? Who should I love? I leave tomorrow in your hands and embrace the present. I want my perspective to be changed. Lord, I am grateful to know that you are not far off in the future. You are always present in every moment. I let go of the worries I've been carrying around and trust that as you always have, you will continue to provide for me and those that I love. Jesus, you reflect your Father to the world. You are the tangible representation of love, perfect love, as it says in John 5, 1 John, that drives out fear. You laid down your very life to reveal the length that God would go for me to be reunited with him in love. Where there is fear that threatens to overshadow the goodness in my life, I accept your invitation to trust and believe that your love knows no limitations. Love me to life again and again if that's what it takes. Your grace is not transactional. It is not dependent on what I have to offer. Great God, I don't want to be overrun by fear anymore. Where worry and dread have closed me in, I ask for your grace to tear down the walls and bring freedom. I trust you, Jesus, to surprise me with your love again. It's been a blessing to do this channel, this video. I thank everyone that got a chance to look at my video and to like it. I appreciate you, and I send love and blessings. God bless each and every one of you. I love you always. Shalisha.